What's up, y'all? Happy Friday. It's the 18th of July, 2025, and it's a Friday, which actually don't mean a whole lot to me, because I'm retired. But, happy Friday anyway. In my part of the world, it's been another fabby day in Dundee. Warm, not as humid as it has been, but warm and sunny with a gentle breeze, and I've actually just come indoors. I've spent like the past 4.5 hours outside. I did my laundry and I talked to my gardener. Gordon awakened me this morning at 9 a.m. I awakened to hear the sound of, what do you call them? I can't think of what they're called, but it's those electric things, shears. It's the electric shears that you use to trim the hedges. I awakened to that sound, so I quickly put on my bathrobe, went outside to tell him hi, and he was like, I could tell you've been working because your garden is looking good. And I'm like, all I need is the stones, dude. And I was trying to sing, I got a pocket full of stones to him, but with him being Scottish, he ain't get it. But it's all good because he did his usual fabulous job on my weed patch of land, and he noted that I had been weeding and, all kinds of stuff. So he trimmed the shrubs and he cut the grass and the weeds that I missed or couldn't get along the path. He sprayed and then he got them up, and it's looking really, really good. So I'm happy. And after that, I spent maybe 2 hours looking at the skies and at the weather because there were conflicting reports on the weather. BBC News said it was going to rain, but the weather app that I use on my phone and my laptop said it wasn't going to rain. And the skies, given climate change and the fact that this is Scotland, they kept saying something different. One moment it was brilliantly sunny, and then all of a sudden it would get dark. So I decided I'm gonna do my laundry and hang everything on the washing line outdoors anyway. God is not going to let it rain. And he didn't, because I just brought my clothes in and it was all good. Got a couple of shout outs, special messages. Jordy, I love you. Don't feel bad. I know you're probably feeling bad and everything given current circumstances, but that's not necessary. Where you are now, your Auntie Kathy has been like 4 or 5 times in her life. Debbie, I know you want to help. When I really, really, really need it, I will let you know. But I thank you so much, for your love and grace and for offering. So, I spent most of today, like I mentioned earlier, I believe. I just came in the house. I've been sitting in my wee garden, drinking margaritas, watching the laundry dry on the line, and playing stuff on my mobile, music on my mobile, on repeat, being stuck on stupid, playing the same 3 songs over and over again, and it was lovely. And in between, I ordered more bags of stones for the garden. 9, actually. So they'll be delivered on Monday. I'm determined to get this done. It's gonna get done. Because I want it to look the way I want it to look. I'm surprised I'm not more tired than what I should be. It was another night where I awakened bang on, like yesterday, at 10 to 5 a.m. Except I managed to go back to sleep for maybe I watched this channel on YouTube called Wang's Record. I think I have found the cure for insomnia. There's loads of channels on YouTube from different countries, China and Japan, even North Korea, which is normally secretive, South Korea, Brazil, where there are people who do nothing but just walk around. They don't talk. They walk around their neighborhoods and they film it. And that's what I used to do actually when I first moved to Dundee, but I stopped. And maybe I should resume doing that. Anyway, I was watching this great video, the Wang's Record channel. And he was doing a walk around of like a 200-year-old village in the Chinese mountains. And it was just so cool. So I went back to sleep. And then I woke up when I heard Gordon out back, working in the garden. So, something else I've been doing for the past 2 days. One of the things I like about the internet is how you discover stuff. It's not as nice as it was, in my opinion, when it was first invented. There are a lot of really nasty, horrid people on the internet. So, you can avoid them, you can block them, you can be careful. Do your research before you interact with the numerous assholes. And I'm going to say it, they're assholes on the internet. But having said that, I spend a lot of time online. So, particularly, looking for new things to watch, new series, new movies. And I found this guy. His name is Takeshi Kitano. Now, it wasn't until 2020, the very first lockdown, at least in the UK, the first lockdown in the UK when the pandemic first hit, it lasted for 8 months. So I've always been open to foreign films anyway. So 8 months at home, I'm like, okay, I need new stuff to watch. And that was when I became obsessed with, Asian films and South Korean films, Tartan Asia, all of that. Park Chan-wook, Bong Joon-ho, all of these guys. But I just found a new one. And I found it, because you know how you'll be in Netflix and they'll recommend stuff to you, or you'll be in YouTube and they recommend stuff to you. So first I found the music video based on the movie, and it's called Sonatine. Three minutes, 43 seconds. That totally blew me away. So your girl, I started digging. Who is Takeshi Kitano? Where can I get this movie? And I found it. I actually found it last night around 8 o'clock. I found it on Amazon, except it's not a free movie. If you want to watch this, you have to pay for it. It's like £3.50 to rent, and £6 to buy and keep forever. I took a gamble and paid the £6 and bought it so I could keep it forever because I like my South Korean movies, and this is a film that deals with something that I really like, the Yakuza. So actually, let me back up. It's not South Korean. The gangsters in South Korea are called something else, and the ones in Japan are Yakuza. And Takeshi Kitano is a Japanese director. Anyway, I bought it and I watched it, and I did something I've only done like 4 other times in my life. I watched this movie and then I watched it again. I rewound it and backed it up and watched it again. And it's basically about this guy in Tokyo. He has his own family, and his name is Murasawa. And they want him and his crew to go to Okinawa to settle a gang fight between the Edan family and the Namashita family. And he doesn't want to go because the last time he was given an assignment like this, they sent him to Hokkaido. He lost 3 men, so he's like, I don't want to do it. And they're like, you're going to do it because that's the way it works if you're Yakuza. So he goes. And the film is... it's amazing if you like that kind of stuff. My favorite Yakuza movie was always A Bittersweet Life. And let me see. Who did that? Let me get up. Who did? Because I got this stuff. A Bittersweet Life was done. It's Tartan Asia Extreme. Who was it? Oh, it was directed by the same guy who did A Tale of Two Sisters, which is a horror movie. And his name is Kim Ji-woon. This movie, a lot of the Yakuza movies will show graphic violence, and there is violence in this film, but it's not so much about the violence as it is about the quiet times in between the violence. And this is a film with contrast, It starts out dark, And I don't mean dark in the sense that it's a dark movie in terms of emotional stuff. I mean, the cinematography is dark. And Murasawa ends up doing, what he's told to do, and things kind of go tits up. So him and his crew, they go on the run, and they end up in this raggedy beach house. And from the darkness there, it goes to light, because they're hiding on the beach, and it's white sand, blue water, blue skies, and you get the sense as you're watching this part of the movie that none of these guys ever had a real childhood, because while they're on the beach, they play. They do stupid stuff. They just play. The first 30, 40 minutes of the movie, all of their, it's dark, literally, due to the cinematography, and all of their faces, their expressions are monotone. There's very little dialogue. And then, when they have to run and hide out, and they go to, this beach hideout, they gradually let their guards down, and they play. I mean, literally play. It's the loveliest thing, you know. And I got that because, you know, my dancing, the videos I do where I'm dancing, that's not only cardio for me, but it's how I play. Gardening is how I play. I will not spoil the film for you. The ending will break your heart. But I will say one thing, and I have to agree with him. Quentin Tarantino, and I don't need to tell y'all who that is, has called this the greatest gangster film of all time. Which, you know, like I said earlier, I always thought that was a bittersweet life, but I've changed. So, you know, obviously my opinion has changed if I was happily, you know, willing to watch this movie twice in a row. I mean, I didn't watch it one day and then go back and watch it the next day. I watched it and then I hit rewind and watched it again. So, the film is called Sonatine. The director is Takeshi Kitano. I seriously recommend you watch that. And that's it. It's been a while since I actually did a video detailing what I watched. And if that's what you tune in for, then I apologize. But whether you tune in for my reviews of what I'm watching, or to watch me act silly and dance, or, you know, vent about current events or whatever, thank you, as always, for tuning in. To my subscribers and the people who just tune in, thanks. And if you just tune in, come on, y'all. Hit the subscribe button, okay? And that's your girl out. Have a lovely Friday. Have a good weekend. Stay safe and live well.